Hi, welcome to MFL Outdoors, and tonight we're back on the foxes. So we're going to be around the duck pond and the partridge pens and in all those thick rushes, so hopefully it's a bit better tonight, and we might even sit in one of the duck hides and see if anything comes along. So let's wait for darkness to come as usual and see how we get on. Just making my way along to the area that we're going to be foxing tonight. There's some absolutely fantastic scenery around here. To the left you can see the wood there a lot of foxes come out of, and you can see this ground is very hard walking. The whole place is just clumps of rushes. Okay, tonight I'm using the Sako A7, that's 243. I'm using my Infiray Rico RH50 thermal rifle scope, that works really well. The spotter I'm using tonight is the Infiray UH50. That gives quite a good field of view, and you can see for miles with it. And the ammunition is the Hornady 95 grain SSTs. That packs a good punch and it always works really well. So get that sorted out, and by that time it should be dark and we can get heading on up to the pond. We're now at the hide, and I'm having a quick scan around, but everything looks quiet at the minute. I've actually set the caller up. That's about 60 yards away from us on the other side of the pond. So we're hopefully going to use that to call anything down the valley, but we'll see what happens first, see if anything shows up of its own accord. That's actually the duck pond you could see there. I've put the rifle up on the tripod, and that's just outside the hide. We're actually sitting in the duck hide, and my friend who's spotting for me is looking up to the right, and I'm looking straight ahead to the left. The hide's quite small, and once we got in there wasn't enough room for the tripod. That's why it's just standing next to me outside. There we have the resident tawny owl hunting. I've filmed him on a couple of occasions now, and it's really nice to watch. It helps pass the time while we're waiting for Foxy to come in. There's a slight breeze tonight, and it's blowing to the right of us, which is taking it up the valley. The foxes normally come down that way, so it's quite possible that they're going to scent us. The hide we're in is only sort of 50% up is wood, and then the top part is camo netting, so it'll still take our scent across. But we'll see how we get on anyhow. It's coming up to 10 o'clock, and there's still nothing showing at the moment, so I think what I'm going to have to do is put the caller on, do a rapid distress call and see if that brings anything in. Leave that running for a while. You sometimes find it draws them out the wood and brings them out onto here, or it brings them down the valley if they're further up. As you can see, the rushes are really high in here, which not only makes it difficult for walking, but makes it really hard to spot the foxes sometimes. One minute you see them and then they just disappear. There's also a lot of drainage ditches which they follow as well. Right, my friends have just spotted one coming down the valley to the caller, so I'm going to get out the hide and I'm going to get behind the tripod and switch over to the rifle. And sure enough, there it is. These electronic callers can be really good for bringing foxes in sometimes. Looks like this one's just scented us. Right, I'll have to hike out and pick that one up. They look close because of the scope, but that wall that you can see at the back is about 200 metres, so it's about 150 metres that the fox was at. Okay, so there's the fox. Let's see what it is. It's a vixen. So she came into the call. And we have to make our way back with her. Pretty bad terrain, I've got to say. As you can see, it's not good at all. Not a bad distance, that. Her.
Her, is it? Is she having young? Got young ones? Right.
She has had. Doesn't look like the milk's dried up. That you can see on the top there, the skyline, is actually a roe deer which has been watching us. I've actually got back into the hide now. I'm going to settle down in here again. We'll just wait and see if we can call something else in. But that roe deer is quite interested in us anyhow. As you can see, that roe could quite easily be mistaken for a fox in these long rushes, which is why you have to be 100% before taking any shot with a thermal. But over time you do get to learn the outlines and movement of the animals as well when you've been using thermal for quite a while. There's no round in the chamber here, but I've switched over to the scope so I can zoom in and you can get a better image of the roe deer. And there, from that movement, you can quite clearly see that that's a roe. I've just spotted this fox to the left of me and just see its head above the rushes. It's been there a while, I think, and I'm going to try and call it in, but I don't think it's going to come in because of all the commotion. It's obviously heard the gunshot as well. I have a feeling this is one of the youngsters of the vixen that's just been shot, so I'm going to try a vixen rally call and see if that brings it towards us. Well, I tried a few different calls and it just wouldn't come in. And to save you having to watch it for the amount of time that we did, I'll leave that one there because it eventually moves off and goes back in towards the wood. That'll be one to pick up on another night. My friends just told me there's another one coming down from the right again, so it's back out the hide and back onto the rifle. And sure enough, there's another one. I wouldn't be at all surprised if this is the dog fox. That's the mate to the vixen that we shot earlier. This one doesn't seem to want to stay still for 5 seconds. It's moving about constantly, and I have a horrible feeling it's picked our scent up as well. Unfortunately, that breeze is carrying our scent directly to that fox. I haven't given this fox a shout to try and get it to stand still, because I know if I do, it'll just bolt. This fox is still out at quite a range, and I'm not prepared to take a shot at the moment with the amount it's moving around and how thick the rushes are over there. There's the odd chance of getting a headshot, but it's moving about so much I don't want to take unnecessary risk and have it wounded and running off. So this one might get away, but it'll come back on another day. If I can't get a humane shot, then I'll just let it go. Well, if it hadn't before, it's definitely picked our scent up now, because even with the caller run, it's moving away from us. Right, it's 10 to 1 and I'm heading home. Bit of an early one tonight because I've got to be at the game dealers quite early in the morning. So got one vixen, and we know there's a couple more kicking around, so we'll be back for them. The wind was just in the wrong direction tonight, so although they were coming into the caller, they were scenting us, unfortunately, from the hide we were in. Never mind, they're there for another day. All that's left for me to say then is thanks very much for joining me on this one. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now. The answer to the fun competition in the last video was C, and that's because all the other alpacas were having a wee. Hope you got it right. I'd just like to say thanks to everyone who's liked, commented and subscribed to the channel. It's you lot that makes it what it is. I would appreciate it if you haven't subscribed to hit that subscribe button. It does take a lot to make these videos, and it really would be appreciated. It only takes a couple of seconds. All that's left for me to say then is take care, thanks again, and we'll catch you on the next one.